Today, we are going to talk about something you've probably known since you were a kid, multiplication. But what if I told you that the way we all learned it in school, well, that's just scratching the surface of a much bigger, way more interesting world? Just think back for a second to your grade school classroom. You remember the drills, right? Learning those times tables over and over again. For a lot of us, that memory is, well, it's pretty specific.
Yeah, we were taught that there was one right way to do it. You stack the numbers up, you multiply, you carry the one, and you just hoped you didn't mess up a step. It felt so rigid and honestly kind of intimidating.
But what if that's not the whole story? What if that single, rigid method is just one tool in a giant toolbox? What if multiplication could actually be creative and even intuitive? Let's dive in. First things first, we got to go back to the very beginning and ask, what even is multiplication? It's not just about memorizing facts. It's a way of seeing the world. It's all about thinking in groups.
At its heart, multiplication is just a shortcut for counting. And here's the big secret, the thing that changes everything. The order of the numbers doesn't matter. 6 groups of 13 is the exact same amount as 13 groups of 6. The total's the same, you're just looking at it differently. And when you really get that, that's when the magic starts to happen.
See, once you understand that fundamental idea, you can start to play with the numbers. This is where we get into some seriously clever shortcuts, the how of multiplication that they probably didn't teach you in school. So before we go any further, just look at this problem. 18 times 5. How would you solve that in your head right now? No pen and paper. Go on, give it a try. So here's the cool part. There is no single right way to get the answer. You could break 18 into 10 and 8. You could round it up to 20 and then just subtract the difference. Or, and this is my favorite, you can half the 18 to get 9 and double the 5 to get 10. Now it's just 9 times 10. All of them get you to 90. It's about picking the easiest path for your brain. Let's actually zoom in on that last trick, because it is a total game changer. It's called doubling and halving, and it's basically a mental math superpower. Okay, look at this one. 14 times 35. That looks messy, right? It looks like work. But watch this. You just halve the 14, which is 7. To keep it all balanced, you double the 35, which is 70. And suddenly, your new problem is 7 times 70. That's a piece of cake. It's 490. No calculator needed. No stress. Here's another really slick approach, the nearest multiple trick. So to solve 4 times 19, sure, you could break 19 into 10 and 9, but it's so much easier to think of 19 as just 20 minus 1. You do 4 times 20, that's easy, it's 80, and then you just subtract one group of 4. Boom, 76. It's fast, it's clean, and it just makes sense. All right, so these tricks are fun to know, but do they really matter? Is this just mental gymnastics? Well, let's bring this down to earth and see where this kind of flexible thinking actually shows up. Check out this problem. You've got a family that makes 150 kilos of compost every year, and each one of those kilos is worth 24 rupees. So the big question is, how much money did they save? This is a 150 times 24 problem, plain and simple. And the answer, 3,600 rupees. Now that is a real tangible benefit. This is the moment where math stops being some abstract thing in a textbook and starts putting actual money back into your wallet. It's about seeing the value all around you. Okay, and for this last part, I've got a story for you. A story that really, really shows off the incredible power of multiplication. This is the wow moment. So picture this. A king offers his ministers a reward. Option 1, you start with 5 gold coins and it doubles every day for a week. Option 2, you start with 3 coins and it triples every day. Or option 3, you start with just a single gold coin, but it multiplies by 5 every single day. So take a second. Which one are you picking? Your gut instinct probably goes straight for option 1, right? I mean, 5 coins just sounds like a much better, much safer starting point than a single coin. But let's just watch what happens. By day 3, the person who started with that one measly coin is already way ahead. And by day 5, it's not even a competition anymore. That times 5 multiplier is just running away with it. It's incredible. And now for the final totals. I mean, this bar chart says it all, doesn't it? The first choice gets you 640 coins. Not bad. The second gets you over 6,500. Pretty great. But that third choice, that bar is just off the charts. Yeah, you're seeing that right. 78,125 gold coins. From a single coin, it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Just think about that for a second. The smallest possible start led to the biggest reward by a mile. The starting number, it barely mattered compared to the power of the growth.
Which really brings us to the big question here. Why is understanding the type of growth, that multiplier, so much more powerful than where you begin? It's true for a king's gold coins, and, it's true for a lot of other things in life too. Definitely something to think about.